this looks interesting. Warms up the water. Okay. Oh, it's ready to use. Cool. How do I... Wait. I put my balls in it and zap my balls for a few minutes? It's got an app, though. Wow, the timer on that thing. Your balls are in there for 4 minutes while it zaps it with ultra? That can't be good. That cannot be good for your balls.
You know what the Nakba is? That's when the Zionist Israelis went and stole the land in Palestine from the Palestinians, and to do that, they had to slaughter them or kick them out of their houses. They were like, either you leave your house and give it to us Jews, or we'll kill you. So they did. They slaughtered a bunch of Palestinians, and it's called the Nakba.
Right, and that's not the commonly known story in America. In America, and I've had this told to me, the story is that they begged them to, like, we could live together, but they didn't want, and that all comes from a Charlton Heston movie.
Yeah, that's not true.
All of it comes from a movie.
Because they did live together in peace for hundreds and hundreds.
The whole time. There were always Jews there.
All
they didn't
the
want
time,
Zionists.
Jews and Christians and Muslims and Palestinians, they all lived together without any trouble until the Balfour Declaration and the Zionist Israelis started stealing the land in Palestine from the Palestinians, and then they had to commit a Nakba, which is a slaughter of them, to grab their land, and they did. Well, why do I tell you this? Because Israel is finally admitting that it killed 50,000 Palestinians on purpose. It wasn't targeting Hamas. The fact that there are already 50,000 dead in Gaza is necessary and required for future generations. Who said that? The head of the Israelis military intelligence that told that to Israeli TV, the former head. For each one victim from October 7th, when the Hamas attacked Israel, for each victim, he says 50 Palestinians have to die. By the way, I would say most of those Israelis killed on October 7th were killed by the Israeli army.
Yeah.
It's called the Hannibal Directive, where they have to slaughter them so they don't get taken hostage, which they did. You want to hear this? So here's the guy saying it. So the Middle East Eye, they got a recording of this guy saying it, and it's the former head of the Israelis military intelligence who resigned last year for failing to prevent the October 7th attacks. They didn't fail to prevent it. They intentionally allowed it to happen. They were in partnership practically with them. He says every now and then Palestinians need to face a Nakba every now and then, and that the spiraling death toll in Gaza is necessary. Here, you want to hear him say it? Here it is.
ההשתתפות ב-50,000 הרוגים בעזה היא הכרחית ונדרשת לדורות הבאים. אוקיי, חשבתם. אוקיי, השפנתם. אוקיי, שכחתם.
Can you not turn it up?
המחיר...
What? Yeah. Yeah, turn it all the way up.
ההשתתפות ב-50,000 הרוגים בעזה היא הכרחית ונדרשת לדורות הבאים.
Oh, no, it's not in English. Oh, so I'll just read it. So it's not in English. Sorry. So he says, the fact that there are already 50,000 dead in Gaza is necessary and required for future generations. Okay, you humiliated. Okay, you slaughtered. Okay, you murdered. It's all true. The price, I said before the war, for everything that happened on October 7th, for each one on October 7th, 50 Palestinians have to die. It doesn't matter children now. I'm not talking out of revenge. I'm talking about out of a message. The future Oh, God damn it. I'm talking about it out of a message. The future generations. What the fuck? Why is this happening? He said, I'm talking about... hang on, let me back it up a little bit more. To future generations, there's no choice. They need a Nakba from time to time to feel the price. So he's saying that Israel needs to commit a Nakba, a slaughter of Palestinians from time to time. Not every day, that's exhausting. But from time to time, we need to go in and slaughter them as a message to future generations. Here it is. There's no choice in this disturbed neighborhood. There's no choice. So there it is. You could bring Kurt back up. And who said this? This guy. Aaron Haliva is a former Israeli major general who commanded the IDF's military intelligence directorate. He previously served as the head. Who cares? So that's who he is. Channel 12 did not date the recordings, but the death toll from Israel's genocide in the Palestinian enclave reached 50,000 in March. It has now passed 61,980 killed Palestinians, according to the health ministry in Gaza. It's unclear how many Israelis were killed by Hamas-led fighters on October 7th, but according to the Israeli military, at least 1,195 people died on that day. And how many of them were slaughtered by Israeli helicopters?
Because you don't blow up cars with hang gliders and AKs, by the way.
The Palestinians came in with hang gliders, and all of a sudden, you see those hundreds of cars that were just burned to a crisp? You don't do that with a hang glider. You do that with an Apache attack helicopter. So, according to Haaretz, Israel's newspaper of record, that day, the Israeli military widely employed the Hannibal Directive, which mandates that the army use any means necessary to prevent the capture of Israeli soldiers, even if it involves killing them being Israelis. So, Israeli military need to kill Israelis. That's the Hannibal Directive, and they did.
Does Israel hate Jews?
In a wide-ranging recording, Haliva also said that Israel was intent on creating a politically hostile environment in the occupied West Bank so that groups like Hamas could assume power and the international community would refuse to engage with them, thereby killing off the idea of a two-state solution. Haliva said that the plan was divided. We always told you that. That's why Benjamin Netanyahu made sure Hamas got propped up. He made sure that they were funded against the PLO, which were not as violent and militaristic as Hamas. They wanted Hamas to be the face of Palestine so that they could kill the two-state solution because all the other countries would say, oh, they're terrorists.
But Bill Maher doesn't blame Bibi for that.
But Bill Maher does not blame.
I know in most countries, if I funded Hamas, I would be called part of a terror plot, wouldn't I?
Isn't that the equivalent of funding Al-Qaeda or ISIS? Isn't that? Or the KKK? Isn't that like funding the KKK? Okay. So Havala said the plan was devised after Israel's 2014 war on Gaza to dismantle Hamas, but Israeli officials had no intention of implementing it. Oh, really? Listen, you don't understand that there are much deeper things here. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is at the heart of the matter because Hamas is good for Israel. That's Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich's argument, saying that the minister wants to dismantle the Palestinian Authority and let Hamas take control in the West Bank as it did in Gaza. Why? Because if the entire Palestinian arena is destabilized and crazy, it is impossible to negotiate with. Then there will be no agreement on a Palestinian state. So that's what they love to say. They go, there's nobody to negotiate with. Hamas are crazy terrorists.
We only have a partner in causing terror attacks on our own people and then killing our own people and then killing their people. That's what we have a partner in.
The Palestinian Authority has international status. So that's why they had to downplay the Palestinian Authority, and they boosted Hamas. Who's they? Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israeli government.
Hamas, it's not secret. They brag about it.
It's not a secret. They brag about doing that. Hamas is an organization that you can fight freely. It has no international justification. It has no legitimacy. You can fight it with the sword. Hamas and Israel reached a brief three-stage ceasefire in January, but the deal collapsed in March after Israel took back several of its captives and resumed bombing Gaza, walking away from the deal before talks with Hamas on a permanent end to end the war could start. Since then, the administration of the United States, that's Donald Trump, has given Israel full backing to wage war on the enclave. Israel has relentlessly bombed the besieged Gaza Strip since October 7, 2023 attacks on southern Israel, displacing the entire 2.3 million population multiple times, and has killed more than 61,000 Palestinians, mostly women and children.
I don't believe the number's that low.
No, the number's way higher than 61,000.
It's in the hundreds of thousands.
It's at least 200,000 dead Palestinians, but they can't count them, Kurt, because they're underneath the rubble.
Yeah.
That's why.
61,000.
61,000. It's upwards of couple of 100,000. It's a genocide.
It was like that, but like a year ago it was like that. That was the number 61.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so if the only thing you could do, you got to laugh or you'll cry. And if you want to laugh, come see me tell jokes about this in Rutherford, New Jersey, Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, Appleton, Wisconsin, Rosemont, Illinois, Chicago, Louisville, Fort Wayne, Hermosa Beach, Sacramento, and San Francisco. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. And you'll be surprised at how funny I can make this horrible situation. I can do it.
It's pretty disgusting watching them openly acknowledge the reasons that I say it's Israel's fault.
Yeah.
And saying it like it's game. I've had people say it to me.
Like,
well, do you understand game theory? I understand anybody that studies game theory should be put in a wood chipper. I understand that.
And Bill Maher, now he's been made aware. Well, I should play that video. We should do a segment about that.
Yeah.
It's just like,
yeah.
No wonder he's out of touch with everybody.
Okay.
Where it's like, well, I like Gavin Newsom. It's the same thought process.
Well, I read it in the papers. He still says that on his show. I read it in the papers. You don't know the papers are complete propaganda? You don't know that they're there to manufacture consent for the establishment and the billionaire class? That's what they're there for. That's why half the country can't afford a $400 emergency, because the papers manufacture consent for this kind of economy. Why 80% of workers live paycheck to paycheck. Why 50% of wage earners earn less than $30,000 in the richest country in the world. And we can't have nice stuff like bullet trains and good infrastructure and classroom sizes smaller than 40 students. I read it in the paper, Bill Maher says.
Hey, you remember the boring company that Elon had that was going to dig that tunnel through California? Remember that?
Yeah.
Everybody laughed. I think they did build it. You just aren't allowed to use it. That's what I think.
Yeah. All right, over to Steph.
All right. Maybe the cops should stop arresting garbage diggers and keeping a better watch on pedophiles before they flee to Israel. P. Walker. I read that one, right, P? The people that had him arrested have a mental disability as well. Let be fair, okay? Whistling P-hole. Major, by making it a criminal charge, the manager gets around the union reprimand guidelines to get rid of the worker. It's slimy, but the manager wanted him gone by any means and sends a message, Alatrion, to a kid.
Okay, I just want to go over this real quick.
All right, let's go over it. Back to Mr. Jim.
Do you know that restaurant Cracker Barrel? I mean,
Yeah.
I like Cracker Barrels. Not just because I'm a white cracker. I'm from the city.
Oh, I didn't make that connection until you said that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so
I never noticed that.
So this used to be their old logo.
Yeah.
It's Cracker Barrel, and it was the barrel and a cracker right next to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
So now they have this lady in charge. This is their Dylan Mulvaney movement. This lady, and she got rid of the cracker and the barrel. And now it's just she said this is an improvement.
How? You should put the cracker in the barrel. Put the guy in the barrel, then it's better.
There it is. That's the new one.
Oh, so much better.
And wokeness says Cracker Barrel has fallen. So much better.
But what was the need for that replacement?
So Cracker.
How does it make it gayer? I don't understand.
There's this Cracker Barrel LGBTQ Alliance. So I don't know if this has anything to do with any of that.
I mean, I'm not. It's right back to back, so I'm not clear on how that's helping the gays out.
But this guy made a video, and it sounds like he's being funny. So let's listen.
Sauce on the internet dude said he ate in a remodeled Cracker Barrel and he hated it, and I want to join in on the hate. If the Cracker Barrel don't,
so they're remodeling Cracker Barrels on the inside, and they got a new logo. And this is, I'm pretty sure, a black guy who says that they hate it. They hate the new remake, and here's why. Listen to why he says.
Look like the Jim Crow South. I can't eat there.
If it doesn't,
you gotta have the racism aesthetic. You gotta have the rocking chairs and the hint of segregation in the air. If I don't feel like I'm on the set of Sinners, then how do I know I'm in a Cracker Barrel? This is a gentrified Cracker Barrel. They done took all the character out of it, and I know the edges of the pancake ain't burnt. I gotta feel like somebody wants to say, "Good morning, boy," when I go in, with respect. And no respect at all. I feel like they want me to work there, but they don't want to pay me ever. And I've got to live there. That's Cracker Barrel's thing. If you take that away, what is it? A Denny's, a IHOP, a place I don't want to be at.
Oh, listen, that history of the
Sauce on
South
the internet, dude. Say,
makes
hey,
for great
hang on.
barbecue.
Say it again.
That history of the South makes for great barbecue, great that type of food. You know? I was waiting for that.
So this is, remember, this is from Jaguar's cover. This is the new preview of upcoming Cracker Barrel ad campaign.
Okay, so did an Indian conglomerate buy the Cracker Barrel and they're trying to destroy it? Like the Jaguar thing was on purpose. It was not a failure. It was a huge win for some bizarre Indian parent company. Remember?
Why would they? Yes, that's exactly right about the Jaguar. I like this one. Why would they remove the cracker and the barrel? So this is her. You want to hear what she says? She's talking a little here. Let's listen to what she says.
Honestly, the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive that people like what we're doing. I'll give you another soundbite. I actually happened to be in Orlando last week with all of our managers. We bring them together and every other year. And the number one question that I got asked, Michael, was, how can I get a remodel? When can I get a remodel? How do I get on the list?
Oh, really?
So because the feedback and the buzz is so good, not only from our customers, but from our team members. They want to work in a wonderful restaurant. So we're doing everything for our guests and our team members.
Well, Julie Messino, it's wonderful to have you here.
Pleasure to be
thank
here.
You
Thank you
for
again.
answering those questions for all the Cracker Barrel fans out there. There's a lot of great changes.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Robin?
Can I get in writing that the peg game is going to stay?
The peg game is staying.
Okay.
So are the rocking chairs,
And the
fireplace, vintage decor. It's all there.
All right.
Okay, so that's what she says. It
Or I'm
better
gonna call
be.
it cunt barrel.
You gotta bleep that word out, or else they'll demonetize this video.
Oh.
Please. Cracker Barrel reveals new. This is from Colin Rugg. The CEO. She's a CEO.
Yeah, she looks qualified.
Julie Phelps Messino says people love their new rebrand.
Yeah.
I think that Colin says the logo is depressing. I have to agree.
Hey, why don't you change it to the crack whore barrel? Just do a whole.
Little known fact: Cracker Barrel was a Nashville Pride sponsor. Do you want your money to fund Pride events when you go to Cracker Barrel? Oh, really?
I mean, why should I have a say where my money goes? As long as Israel's okay.
So they're blaming this on. So they're blaming this on wokeness. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Okay, but I still don't get.
It's not an accident. So this Woke War Room says Cracker Barrel's new logo isn't an accident. It's CEO's Julie's project. She scrapped a beloved American aesthetic and replaced it with sterile, soulless branding. I'll agree with that. Messino kept a DEI regime that promises to identify, recruit, and advance hires by race, and now faces civil rights complaints from America's first legal to the EEOC and the Tennessee. Yeah, she should resign and be replaced
so
with.
That's why she was saying that bullshit about, oh, people were asking me, can you renovate my store? She wasn't talking about customers liking it. She's talking about her stupid way she promotes now.
Yes.
My DEI hires think it's a good idea. That's what that was.
I love this. There's Nancy Pelosi. Sell Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Sees that. So this Planet of Memes says boycott Cracker Barrel until they reinstate the old cracker in his barrel.
Yeah, and
what? Oh, see, and then someone does it. They make the connection with Dylan Mulvaney.
We're gonna have to get Shane Gillis to save this, right? By the way, how soulless do you have to be to beat the last of the soul out of a chain restaurant? Oh, now it's corporate and soulless. It was a chain restaurant already. How did you make it more corporate and soulless?
Oh, guess what? I guess it's majority owned by BlackRock now.
Yep. I see here it says largest shareholders include BlackRock, GMT, Capital Corp, Vanguard Group are the top three.
Yeah. So Kentucky Statesman says, notice a pattern here. What's happening at Cracker Barrel is happening at almost every public company in America.
They're going to punish you for...
Larry Fink and his fellow Christian-hating demons buy enough shares to control the BOD, install a Christian-hating CEO, and implement their woke anti-Christian agenda.
Okay, I just want to point out, though, I never considered the Cracker Barrel a paragon of Christianity on this earth. I don't know where he's coming from with that.
I saw in 1991, protesters launched a series of boycotts against Cracker Barrel after the company policy resulted in firing of numerous LGBTQ employees. That was in 91.
Yeah, that's 40 years ago now.
Yeah, Like
Yeah, I think things have changed. Gays can get married now, and they're running everything. Remember
into
this?
the ground.
Here
And
is-
that means the flights.
Here's the woman who did in
Yeah.
Bud Light. They had to get Shane Gillis to come back and save Bud Light.
Businesswoman. I had a really clear job to do when I took over Bud Light. And it was, this brand is in decline. It's been in decline for a really long time. And if we do not attract young drinkers to come and drink this brand, there will be no future for Bud Light. So I had this super clear mandate. It's like, we need to evolve and elevate this incredibly iconic brand. And what I brought to that was a belief in, okay, what does evolve and elevate mean? It means inclusivity. It means shifting the tone. It means having a campaign that's truly inclusive and feels lighter and brighter and different and appeals to women and to men. And representation is
Have it be everything to everybody. You know how that works all the time. Try to please everyone. That's what they always say, right?
No, yeah, you know how these young people, they love tits and dicks? What is this dingbat? Oh my God.
sort of the heart of evolution. You've got to see people who reflect you in the work. And we had this hangover. I mean, Bud Light had been kind of a brand of bratty, kind of out of touch humor. And it was really important that we had another approach.
So it didn't go as well.
That's a lot of humor. Yeah.
Here's my favorite one. First, they came for Aunt Jemima, and I said nothing because I'm not black. Then they came for Land O'Lakes, and I said nothing because I'm not an Indian. Then they came for Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. Then they came for Joe Crackerton. What's that guy's name?
So I guess it used to look like this.
Yeah.
And now it looks like this.
No. That sucks ass.
I like it.
Steph
You
says
know what you do? It looks awful.
Steph says she likes it.
Why?
Because just to take the legs out from underneath this bit.
Well, you know, when we went to a Cracker Barrel this past year, and I loved, like it said, the old store, like in the original one. I loved that old store.
Yeah, I don't want it to look like a cafeteria in a goddamn nightmare Benelux nation.
So Desiree says Cracker Barrel didn't just lose its logo, it lost its soul. Under this CEO obsessed with DEI quotas and country charm, they scrubbed the iconic logo, remodeled 70-plus stores into sterile showroom knockoffs, pledged $700 million to erase every trace of what made it feel like home. And according to a civil rights complaint, they're openly discriminating against white employees. This isn't modernization. It's extermination of America, of warmth, of memory. Congratulations, Cracker Barrel. You're now woke barrel. Nobody asked for this. So let's watch. Here they are. First trip to the newly remodeled Cracker Barrel. You want to see? Let me make it a little bit bigger. So here's their first trip.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't need that music. Fresh exterior paint. The whole building used to be dark brown. Remember? Don't mind us. We're sprucing up the store. The whole building used to be dark brown. Now it's white. Here they go. They're going into the Cracker Barrel. Still kind of looks... Oh, the walls are bright now and inviting.
No, I'm not hungry.
All right.
Great.
I mean, it still looks like a Cracker Barrel when you walk in, doesn't it?
It does.
Much less crowded
Look at
because
all
nobody
kind of
goes anymore.
knickknacks at a Cracker Barrel. I could spend all day at a Cracker Barrel looking at the knickknacks. They have clothing there at a Cracker Barrel at a restaurant. They sell all kind of crazy stuff. They really do. All right, so I get this part. Get into the restaurant part, would you?
There they go.
Here it goes. There it is. There's the door to the
They're
restaurant.
going.
Here we go. Oh, look at they're in. Steph likes it. Steph thinks. See, it does look a little sterile as opposed to contrasted with the old Cracker Barrel. Updated decorations with a more modern old time feel.
What the hell does that mean?
Updated menus. Really? Okay. Turn it up. See if it's still music. No, it is. Turn it down. I don't know what the new menus are supposed to.
I don't know what the old menus.
I don't know
look
what the old menus look like. So, I don't know. It just looks like a menu to me. I don't know but there it is. So now you're in it.
Wow. I don't believe for 2 seconds that this is not the parent whoever it was, BlackRock Vanguard. They want to crash this company. That's what they're doing. I refuse to believe all these rich people are making the same stupid mistake over and over and over again. That doesn't statistically make any sense. You know?
It's hard to believe they're doing this.
Because the Jaguar thing was yet another one that looked like an obvious. Clearly, they were doing the producers on every single thing. It's like the producers. That's what everything is.
He discovered homestyle cooking is what he did. He was a brave cuisine explorer. And in this house, the Cracker Barrel guy is a hero. End of story. He's a hero. Oh. There she is. Is that her name? Sarah Moore? No, that's not her name. Is that her name?
Christopher Crackolumbus. Sarah, yeah.
No, Julie Fleiss is the lady.
She's the old Navy lady.
See what they have? They have the guy from John Hamm.
That is such a lateral move with the sign that literally all they're doing is taking the white guy off it.
Yeah.
That's what the point of it is.
Oh,
have the balls to put a Hishi up.
No, is that real?
No.
Yeah, of course it's real.
This is really happening?
This is some stock thing. I'm telling you. This is not like they put them. How many stories of these have we done with some moron is the CEO doing something moronic? You just played the one from Bud Light. This is all on purpose.
I like what this guy says. The old thing was iconic. They've had this for 48 years. He says now it just looks like a Golden Corral. It does.
That's exactly what it looks like.
It's exactly what it looks like. It's very sterile. It really,
just don't forget that guy with the Jaguar, his whole big plan, and it was like, oh, I should have guessed because that was one of the dumbest commercials I've ever seen.
All right,
this thing was one of the dumbest. You think they don't know you hate that? I don't know, big Cracker Barrel fans, but they're aware you didn't like the music in that video. They're aware that you like the sign the way it is. They hate you, and somebody who owns that company is making a lot of money by saying "fuck you" to you.
So Fauci's trending right now. Did you know that?
Let's see it.
Arrest Fauci now. This is horrifying. Implanting aborted baby parts into lab animals. Have you heard of that sort of research? 90% of experiments used human fetal tissue and put them in animals that were funded by Fauci's NIAID. Really?
Okay, this might be a bad time to bring it up, but there's human fetal tissue in all of your food for years.
Okay,
you know that?
Don't bring it up. Hang on.
I
like this. Most people think that Dr. Anthony Fauci's story starts with mishandling COVID, but the darkest part of his career happened long before. As the head of the NIAID, he used HIV-positive foster kids for horrific experiments. This is the part of his record most people have never heard about. We've covered this on the show.
Yeah, and they didn't even bother to test if they had AIDS or not. That was one of the worst parts. Some of them were just kids that didn't have it, but they just put that shit in them anyway.
Oh, wow. So here's a lady going off script, and let's listen to what
I also think, and this is probably the bigger picture here, we're taking the accountability away from the kids themselves. Mm-hmm. And the problem with society in general is that there's no accountability at all. I mean, we have people like Eric Adams, who was indicted, and the indictment was entirely dropped. We have, Bill Gates and Anthony Fauci, crimes against humanity, still walking the streets. So if we are not holding the people in power accountable for their wrongdoing, why are we feigning accountability with children?
I like that she said that right in their faces. Because they're bought by Big Pharma too on Fox, so
I know.
So they can't hate Fauci, and Bill Gates. They can't hate them. Isn't that something?
Lizard fucks.
So this is a complete lie by Fauci. He knew in 2005 that chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine was a wonder drug for SARS-CoV, according to his own NIH. Then he lied to demonize the drug and falsely say it was ineffective. He even pushed the fake and retracted Lancet study. The guy's 100% criminal psychopath.
Yeah, he's a Jesuit. That's what that look is called, the Jesuit look. When you see them little wire rim glasses, Just think of it as a kind of weird Catholic Nazi. That's what he is.
So
I mean, he's a repulsive creature. He really is.
1977 H1N1.
So here, 1977, the H1N1 flu pandemic came from a lab leak. Listen to this.
1977 H1N1 was an accidental release, no doubt about it. We don't want to see that happen again with a virus like this. What we're trying to do is come to the middle. How to do this research safely, how to do it in a way that furthers all the points that we've just talked about, and at the same time, make sure that we don't create our own problems here. And that's why I think we're asking for this pause to think about this and to move forward in a positive.
Hey, how about you don't do that research anymore? How about you don't do that kind of research?
How about you stick your head in a sandfly pit?
Yeah, how about that?
There's no justice. There's not. They're doing it. This is a joke.
Oh,
this
look,
country.
that's the Soros's kid.
Yeah.
That's Soros's kid with Gavin Newsom at the Clinton Global Initiative.
Yeah, which by the way is worse than the Epstein network. Just so you know.
Rand Paul tweets out, I've already refiled my criminal referral of Dr. Fauci to President Trump's Department of Justice for lying to Congress. This is yet another reason he should be behind bars.
They're not getting on it?
Breaking, senior American intelligence officials broke protocol to conceal classified intelligence that COVID-19 came from a lab from the president and the public. They kept that information from the public and the president, granting Fauci's inner circle extraordinary influence while silencing their own spy scientists.
Hey, here's the good news. I knew it came from a lab, whether or not they told me it came from a lab, because that's the only thing that made any sense about the virus. And everybody that said didn't, you're a dumb shit cattle that should go get a booster. Go get another booster. How would you think it didn't come from a lab? Who is that stupid that they would go, oh, it's because they ate dirty bat soup, probably. Because their markets aren't dry enough. Oh, Jimmy, I got a spot.
Okay, all right. Over to Steph. I'll see you, Kurt. Bye-bye.
All right, thank Kurt. Bye. All right, where is it? Hold on. Here we go. I'm pretty sure Major is a semi-tick grocery chain. Lots of them in Ohio and Kentucky, where I've mostly lived. Rumbling Thunder. Thank you. The people that had him arrested have a mental disability. Let's be fair, okay? Whistling Peehole. All the world's a stage. Whistling Peehole. James Dannison's GoFundMe. Sunrise. Thank you for that. Some people think about eating bullets all the time. Giraffe Rider. Lil's car. Netanyahu was recorded in 1990 saying America is a golden calf and we will suck it dry, chop it up, and sell it off piece by piece until there's nothing left but the world's biggest welfare state. Thank you for that, Lils. All these months, I've been begging for a San Francisco date, and when it finally comes, I'm out of town. Just do Flappers Show, and I'll come down. We do have a Flappers Show. That'll happen the day after Thanksgiving. Make it! And that's my real name. Facts BB doesn't like are anti-Semitic. Puddin'. I just learned today, after the assassinated General Patton, the U.S. military left 15,000, 20,000 missing soldiers in Soviet terrorists after the war. Just left them there to die in slave camps. Enoch. All right, let's see here. Don't forget Pottstown, Jimmy. Thank you, my real name.
We're coming to Pottstown later this year. We'll be there.
Goo81 said the watermelon started because in the first Intifada, Israel made waving Palestinian flag illegal. So Palestinians were using watermelons instead of flags as protest, and it became a symbol. Israel Hezbollah tried to make the watermelon their symbol since 2023, but using blue and white colors, and everyone made fun of them.
He's in the store? No, he's been following me.
81. Billionaires have no country. They are the capital of themselves. Melsh. Bezalel Smotrich, another Ukrainian. Okay, hold on. Let's do that. What? Oh, camera 4. Bing. Poof. I'm just glad that it's not anti-Semitic to eat at the new LGBTQ CIA Cracker Barrel. User for name. How about pay your staff better so it's not all new people every time I go a couple times a year? Whistling. Hey, You guys are all right. Rick, thank you, Rick. Let's see what this one is. It's the same color as the flag from that country. Can't remember its name. Oy vey, the real Schneid. Our dog just came in and now she's passed out here in the studio. She's had a hard time outside. Let's see what this one says. How about the Dutch clown show trial pitting humanity against Gil Bates? First, the lawyer for humanity was jailed for no apparent reason the day before the trial, and now they're disallowing experts. Switch it on. Thank you for that. He died a week before the start of the trial. Over a month later, there's still no cause of death. Something's rotten in the country just south of Denmark. Here's a link to Sasha's Substack. Well, thank you for that. All right. Oh, hold on. Testimony by the Pro-Humanity Dream Team members Catherine Austin Fitz, Michael Yedin, Sasha Laptifova, Catherine Wyatt, and Joseph Sansoni. Also, Professor Francis Boyle was scheduled to testify then. And here is I will share this link with the team. Thank you very much about that. That's the Substack that you sent. Much appreciated. Okay, let's see here. Okay. All right. Let's go here. Do I have anything? Oh, did I read that one? I did read that one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are you checking out our upcoming shows? You've got to go to jimmydore.com, click on tours, and you'll see all our dates. Use our website. That's the best. I'll tell you right now. Okay, let's look here. All right. I was looking up. I think it's weird that the Cracker Barrel also just didn't, that they kept the term cracker. Right? And I was like, where's that term come from? They go, the term cracker has a complex history with roots in both the English language and the American South. Initially, it referred to someone who cracked or boasted loudly. Later, it became associated with poor white Southerners, particularly those involved in cattle herding who used whips. The term has also been used as a derogatory label, though some Southern whites have reclaimed it. And they talked about, they said, in the American South, the term cracker became associated with poor white settlers, particularly those living in pine barrens of Georgia and Florida. They were known for using whips to herd cattle, hence the cracker moniker, according to historians of the University of North Carolina. That's what I got there. All right. Let's see here. All right. Jimmy Cracked Corn. Thank you for that one, Archangelo. Cracker Barrel, not the hippest restaurant in LA. Indeed, Milsh. Cracker Her Barrel. Come on. JBGT3 would come on. No, Jimmy's not done. He's going to do another story. Tenny Turtle chat ruled today. Yeah, it was pretty good. There weren't that many trolls, it seems. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Oh, go start. Wink, wink. Thank you. Let's see. What did you say? Oh, I read that one earlier. And that's the link. Thank you. All right, Jimmy, how are you doing?
I'm done.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah.
Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're done. I got through everything as well. Remember, we'll be back on Friday. Oh, no. No, we won't be. Anyways, check the schedule. Resist much, obey little. And remember, when we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. And just remember, I am better than you. Adios!